Hey, this is I Love episode 3. I love New Balance. Enjoy. I didn't even wait that long, and somehow this feels well overdue. This brand is an ode to comfort, to confidence, to competition, to style that can complete a person without having to wait for the person to complete their style. New Balance is safety. It's home. It's laying up on the couch beside your family, dripping head to toe in it on a cold winter's evening, watching the footy, and at the same time New Balance is riding around town with your boys, with your girls, when the sun is beaming and it's dry, while every colour seems to pop a little more because we're right on the border of spring turning to summer, and the music is hitting harder, and you're breathing better than ever before. And the fast food you cheated with just today, because the vibe was that nice, just dissipates with no consequence, because it's New Balance, baby. New Balance is a 200-acre trail through pine trees on a sunny day, wandering with the people you love the most, just vibing out, enjoying presence, feeling so damn good about yourself. It's feeling fast. It's nothing but net 3 times in a row. It's a sped up soul sample as the foundation for a summertime banger. It's white boys with a little motion. It's 2 scoops of strawberry ice cream. It's Stranger Things Season 3. It's insatiably aesthetic, and yet it's incredibly practical. It's Wii Sports. It's Pat Cummins' face. It's Kawhi Leonard's hands. It's your dad's shoes. It's your mum's jacket. It better be your whole fit. It's your favourite sporting moments. It's your fondest childhood memories and your future dreams coming true all at once. New Balance is everything. Every time. New Balance is gone now and forever. I own so much New Balance, it's insane. It'd be pushing problematic status if it wasn't so good. I don't remember the last time I bought clothes or shoes, whether looking for style, comfort, or elite athleticism, that wasn't from New Balance, aside from a few very select things that if that company from Maine sold something even remotely similar to, we wouldn't even be thinking about having a discussion about which store I'd be buying from. I feel like I don't even know why, and yet, simultaneously, that feels like a lie, and I know exactly the reason. Look, this isn't sponsored, surprisingly, but the specific beauty of equipping New Balance to one's arsenal is that, from the first moment you do, it's like they're sponsoring you for life. New Balance has been there for me from the lows to the highs. You see, we'd met a couple times, gone on a few dates. That spark was there from the moment we laid eyes on each other. Now, I don't know if I can believe in love at first sight, but definitely that souls do intertwine, and that was MB and I. Then I remember when we got serious, because we had been there for each other. We were cool. But the moment I knew I had to lock this relationship in was when I hit a real rock bottom. The type of rock bottom that comes after the highest of heights, where you've gotten so low now and your vision is so impaired from the fall, you're dazed and you're confused, and there's wreckage in the way so you cannot see anything at all, really. All you can feel is the fear, the tension, the hopelessness, real pain, heart strain, real bad thing. And somehow as I waited there, scared, desperate and deprived, a shining light paved a way through the rubble, opening a tunnel, a way back to the top, to that smile, and what let me a hand down on the floor, exactly what had broken through, was New Balance. And oh, I remember it so vividly, that cream and baby blue pair of 550s, size 14. A little too big perhaps for practicality, but it's not like they're selling 13 and a halves. And besides, too much was exactly what I needed right now. I couldn't afford to step back or go stagnant in this moment, and I didn't even know how to move at all, really. It was boom or it was bust. But New Balance was giving me something to step with, and that was all that mattered. And New Balance brought the boom. God damn, you better know how much I love the Rizzler. It felt like Bruce Wayne seeing the bat crashing through his window. Maybe there was something in me that would have made everything work. But now I had New Balance, and I could redefine and work towards what the best life could be for me. From then on, every time I slipped on the shoes and laced them up, or pulled on that hoodie and stepped into the night, or eventually added in pants and the cap and other accessories, it was just like seeing that signal in the sky, pulling on the cape and the cow, and going to work. feeling like I might just save the city. And now I sound like the other Haste. I wonder when I'll buy my fourth pair of 550s, Or perhaps when I'll be sent them if this, what feels like destined trajectory with New Balance is meant to be. I wonder how many kilometres I've travelled across in those shoes, and what exactly did they carry me through? When had they gone so far with me that they got their first crack, or that I had to wipe the mess I'd made off of them? Perhaps they're too good of a soldier, endeavouring through so many missions of blood, sweat and tears that they now are able to live a more restful life. Retired from the hustle and instead left to be admired in the holes of shoes past that will not be forgotten. But don't worry, those blue 550s, those ones that were too big, were also perfect when no one else could be. Definitely when I couldn't be. Because when I screwed my lower back and I couldn't walk properly, they made every step easier, ensuring my road back to full recovery and the best of health would be easy. Or later, when I broke my foot and I had to start walking again, I couldn't put my foot near another shoe without feeling like the bone was about to explode through my skin. And so, even if the other 550s and 530s and 1080s and 1000s got me further, fulfilled an aesthetic more effectively, held down the vibe, elevated me into a mindset that felt untouchable, were just generally better at this specific time. No one else could pull me over the line, except maybe a Moonboot or some, but come on, we're big step and repping you be. I gotta look good and stay fresh. And I wouldn't change any aspect of that story for the world. Because now I can look at those shoes as they sit enclosed at afar, appreciate exactly what they did for me. Now I felt more comforted than ever in my cream hoodie turned white. A little MB logo on the top left. A hoodie that I wore over and over again, from before I'd ever dated someone, to when I had my first kiss, through my first breakup, to the first time I was hungover, from getting dropped at the start of a footy season to getting picked for finals at the end of it, to working out with it one day and wearing it to sleep another night, to giving it to other people to wear, to leaving it behind while I travelled across the other side of the world, to coming back to it and taking with me across the other side of this country. The jumper never got too high or too low, riding every wave with a reverent elegance, although maybe a little nonchalant at times. It showed me that oftentimes the best path forward is putting your head down in straight line, dead-eye, swimming through the commotion of the ocean. And truthfully, would I really be here, in this moment speaking with you, if not for New Balance? Really, I don't believe that I would be. Without the Balance, as well as the new, I imagine I would have been a less motivated, meeker, sadder, slower, sloppier, spiteful, overly self-serious, pessimistic, stagnant version of myself. And there is such a contemporary coolness that New Balance brings. With absolute power and assurity, it radiates an aura of high velocity, momentum, emotion. New Balance is innately flow state. It enables flow, that feeling of simply being so absurdly present and uninhibited that you operate at your maximum. New Balance is innately haste, and haste is innately New Balance. And I mean that in every form of haste. Stay tapped. Perhaps it is slightly chicken and eggy. Was New Balance the inception of haste? Or was the conception of and foundation I had brewing and boiling of haste the reason I connected so fluently with New Balance? They both feel like two extremely potent facets of my heart, mind and soul that go hand in hand like the greatest partnerships. They build each other up, they make each other better. You could have one without the other, but it just wouldn't be so legendary. It's Jordan and Pippen, Batman and Robin, 6 and 7, the Duffer Brothers and Ross Duffer's ex-wife. See, I'm no brand guy, I'm no trend guy. I'm not the type to get fanned out. I could be a little liable to fall for something rather arbitrarily, but most of the time I feel like I keep a distance between my hits of enjoyment and what becomes attached to myself. With that said, I find Bond irresistible, and there's something so natural, authentic, and genuine about the connection, the intertwinement I find myself in with New Balance. I hope everyone can find this slightly unusual but deeply rooted affection and alignment with something slightly out the way. It provides a foundation to come back to, something to splice yourself with, to help you build your own identity. A gateway for others to see your story in a way you don't often get the opportunity to tell one or see one told. If it looks like someone has something like this going on, perhaps ask them about it. You might just get to know them much better than you'd ever imagine. Thank you for listening to I Love New Balance. Follow, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever your proclivity. Just remember, you are my proclivity. See you next week.